I don't know what I was gonna...
Oi, governor.
Oi, governor. So, Nicole was showing me this really cool video of an orb that she caught on one of her tours, which is pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just gonna say this right now, I'm a huge skeptic of orbs only because of dust and bugs and everything. But
no, that one was weird.
But that one had an actual legit like pattern to it that does not warrant a bug or even dust for that matter. So, girl, you haunted.
The building is.
The building is, of course, yeah.
No, I'm literally giving the tour and I'm like doing my thing, doing my shtick, whatever. And the boss calls me. She texts me. She's like, I need you to answer your phone right now. And I'm just like, oh shit, what's happening? She's like watching me give my tour. And I'm like, I'm doing a bad job. She's going to tell me. And I pick up the phone. And she's just like, I need you to turn off the lights in the back room. Go back to where you were standing. You got orbs around you. And I'm just like, excuse me.
Nice.
Yeah, so we did that. And then there wasn't a good video of it, but she had me stand back in the doorway area with my back to an open, dark room. And I'm just like, I don't like this energy. And it felt weird. Like, I felt the pressure on my back how I normally do when there's someone around me.
Yeah.
And she's like, she texts me, she's like, there's something moving around behind you. And I'm like, don't tell me this.
Oh my God.
Don't tell me this.
We need video of that too.
We tried. She couldn't see it anymore.
I
don't know if maybe it was my shadow or something. She's like, there's a shadow person moving behind you. And
no!
I'm like, you better stop.
No!
That's one of my things. Like, I believe in the spirits and everything. And like, yeah, I believe the stuff that we have like captured and stuff, we did make contact with them.
Yeah.
But the day I used to see full body apparitions when I was younger, like my parents would tell me. But like the day where me as an adult sees a full body apparition is the day I quit my job. That's the day where I'm just like, nah, they too comfortable. I'm out.
You know, I saw that one tour that I went on with you, and I was just like, oh hey, that's a shadow person, and you're like, nope, and you legit started forcing me down the hallway, like we're pushing me down the hallway.
See, on my tour, like, there's this one dark-ass hallway we go through, and every time I'm down there, I tell people, I'm like, well, most of the time you'll see a shadow person in the hallway, like, off to the side, it's, like, the two connecting hallways, and I'm like, when we get in the middle of our main hallway, look to the left to the connecting, and you'll see it. Or, like, sometimes people see the door wide open at the end, and I'm like, that door doesn't open. Who yelling? Who's yelling?
Hold on.
Who's yelling?
Matt.
There's people yelling during our podcast.
Yo.
The audacity.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So anyway, as you were saying.
Audacity. No, I'm kidding. That's I'm like, who's yelling? So we're walking down this hallway all the time. And like my very first tour, the boss stopped me with another tour guide. And that was like my first training tour, like to test it out.
Yeah.
And they both grabbed my arm and they're like, you see the shadow person in the hallway? And the dude's just like, oh my God, I see it. He's like, Nicole, you see it? And I'm like, no. And I like run. I start running. I'm like, if y'all see what you see, like I have a thing with the shadow people. Because I suffer from mild hallucinations.
Oh, shit, dude.
I suffer from mild hallucinations. So it's not like I don't see, like, full-on things, right? It's, like, for me, it's the peripherals or, like, the light spots.
Yeah.
Like, half the time I'll get, like, light spots in my eyes or whatever. But other times, if I'm, like, really losing my shit one day, which sometimes, it hasn't happened in a while. So I'm like, it probably is happening for real if I see something. There's some days where I would lose my shit and I start seeing, like, shadow people in the corner of my eyes. So I'm not one to want to see a shadow person because that means I'm having a full-on manic episode.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
So when I'm at work, I haven't seen the shadows there. So I'm like, I've been better mentally. So I'm like, I think I'm okay. But if I ever see like full-on shadow in front of me and not in my peripherals, I'm leaving.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
That's how I know if it's like my mind or not. If it's in the peripherals, it's my mind.
Yeah.
Yeet.
No, I need to go on because I still have that ticket that I can use. So
I don't want to see shit, to be honest. Like
I want to see all the shit.
I believe it. I don't need convincing.
No, I want to see all the shit.
I tell all the spirits, I'm like, y'all do what you want to do. Y'all want to knock shit over, live your best afterlife, but like, don't let me see you.
Right. All right. So, hey, by the way, this is Cheers from the Grave, and I'm Erica.
I'm Nicole.
And Stephanie is off doing things, so unfortunately she's not with us today. Sad days. But we got you. We're here and we got you. So let's jump into it. Do you want to start first? Do you want to go first?
Yeah, pause. What are you talking about?
Alcatraz.
Okay, so I'll do Organism 46B.
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna start today. We're changing it up on y'all.
Bum bum bum.
Let's bring this back.
There you go. What the fuck?
I'm doing the ASMR.
Yo. Our listeners are gonna be like, what the fuck is this shit?
Hello. I hope you're getting goosebumps right now listening to me talk. I'm gonna talk like this. No, I'm kidding. Okay, I'm back.
Oh my god!
I
was slightly uncomfortable.
Good. Someone made a joke one time about like ASMR, and they're like, "It's not sexual, but it's not sexual."
No, it's kind of like weird.
I love ASMR.
I have no idea what to think of it.
That was the best description. It's not sexual, but it's not sexual.
It's not. Oh my god.
I love it. Can't. Okay, anyways. Do you not get the tingles?
No, I get the creeps.
No, I get the tingles.
I don't get the tingles that people talk about.
Our brains work different, Erica.
They do. My brain is fucked up.
Me too. We out here, mental illness gang.
We stand the mental health.
We need something. We need to make merch about our mental health situation.
We stand mental health.
Awareness.
Yes.
Peace signs.
Oh my god.
We doing okay. Anyways, so my topic today is of course a cryptid, kind of a cryptid. Erica, I want you to tell me if it sounds familiar to a certain movie. The creature itself I'm going to talk about may not be the one from the movie, but some of the sightings that happen, it's when I was researching, I'm just like, this sounds very familiar. So, I mean, it could be real, could be not, could be the inspiration, but I'm going to talk about Organism 46B. So, Organism 46B, it was an enormous 33-foot long, 14-tentacle squid-like creature.
The fuck?
Which lived in Lake Vostok, a subglacial lake located under 2 miles of ice beneath Vostok Station in the Antarctic. The animal had limbs which were animate and aggressive even after amputation, could release a toxin into the water to immobilize its prey from a distance of up to 150 feet, displayed an astonishing degree of shape-shifting, and showed a considerable degree of both hostility and intelligence. Is this even real? I hope to God it's not.
Yo, the ocean be scary.
The ocean's very scary.
The ocean is terrifying, so I would not be surprised if that was real.
So that's what the organism is. Let's get into some of the sightings.
What's the name of it?
Organism 46B.
Do they have pictures?
I did not look up pictures because I hate the ocean and I don't want to see anything.
Okay, so I will be the one to look it up.
Let me know. Show me the most tame one. But it's also like
organism what?
Organism 46B, but it also said tentacle squid-like creature, so I'm like, I don't need a picture to help me visualize that.
Basically like a fucked up octopus.
Yeah, back in. Sorry, guys. You can keep that in the podcast. I have indigestion.
Oh, Jesus.
See, that's what happens when I talk about the ocean. I get nervous. Oh, I'm starting to sweat, too, just having you look at pictures. I have what you would call thalassophobia. I'm afraid of the ocean, like dark water.
Yep, me too.
There was I don't know how you're looking that up. Have you seen the BuzzFeed article where it's like, you might have thalassophobia?
Yep.
I almost vomited. I was sweating after the first picture.
Oh, it was awful.
I couldn't finish the article. I'm like, I can't do this. Okay, some sightings. Vostok Station, established by the Soviets in 1957, was discovered to have been sighted atop a vast body of liquid water beneath the ice in 1974, which was subsequently named Lake Vostok after the station. After 30 years of ice core drilling, the research team finally breached through the lake on the 5th of February 2012. The only encounter, must have occurred sometime between then and the 30th of November in 2016, when the story first broke. Although exact dates have so far been proven impossible to track down, Dr. Anton Padalka claims to have been part of the first scientific expedition to explore the lake. We encountered, this is quote unquote, we encountered Organism 46B on our first day. It disabled our radio, which we later learned to our alarm was intentional. It is
What?
also able to paralyze prey from a distance of up to 150 feet by releasing its venom into the water. Tragically, my colleague and lifelong friend was killed this way. Unquote.
Oh, shit.
Yes. Later, while driving in the lake, the group were attacked, the creature releasing its venom, which took hold of one of them. The organism then proceeded to kill and eat him. As Padlaka stated, he tread water wearing a blissful smile as the organism approached him. We watched helplessly as it used its arms to tear off its head, then popped its remains in its mouth. It was as if it had hypnotized him telepathically. Yeah. Still later, 46B stalked the group, displaying its shape-shifting ability. It shaped itself into the form of a human diver. We thought it was one of my colleagues swimming towards us in scuba gear. By the time the closest scientist has realized what it was, it had grabbed him and torn him to bits. Unquote with that. Are you getting kind of like what the movie is that I'm thinking about?
No.
The Thing?
Oh, I haven't seen The Thing.
Me neither, but the plot's the same everywhere.
Oh, shit.
In all the reboots it has.
Oh my god.
So if you've seen The Thing, you know what I'm talking about. They're in like some Arctic whatever, like scientists and stuff, and the creature comes in and it shapeshifts into like the researchers and stuff, basically.
Oh, Jesus.
And like terrorizes them. I don't like that photo, Erica. It looks like an underwater Dementor in the photo she showed me.
It does. This one looks like Cthulhu.
Yeah. Okay, those are all, I don't know which one to believe.
I don't know. It's really difficult to find an actual picture that
I don't think it exists.
best describes it. If it shapeshifts into human beings, I'm gonna have to not think it's real, but still, the ocean.
Can you imagine
scary.
though?
The ocean be scary.
Can you imagine?
I would die. Literally, I would die.
Mm-hmm.
So what else you got on that?
Escaping. Some more sighting stories here. Escaping the creature. A member of the team managed to lop off one of 46B's tentacles, although the severed limb attacked the group again.
Oh my god!
Another quote. Later that night, it slid across the ice bank and strangled her.
What?
I know. Unquote. After finally trapping the creature in a tank, the surviving members of the team brought it to the surface, where they claim Russian officials seized the beast and told the international press that nothing had been found. The usual.
Oh, Jesus.
She's like looking pictures. I'm freaking out about the ocean.
I'm sitting here like just...
What a way to start.
Googling all these pictures. Oh, what the fuck is that
Please
shit?
Google with us. Take a shot every time we say we're afraid of the ocean.
I kind of want to show you this picture.
I'm scared. Okay, just show me. Show me from a distance. What is that? What is that from? The Thing?
I maybe.
Oh, okay, that's fine. It's just like a...
It's a face with...
That's from the movie. That's from the movie.
It's gotta be.
That's not real. Elements of this report suggest that this was something of a hoax. For example, not only is it extremely far-fetched, but ice core drilling typically produces a passage only a few inches in diameter. Certainly not large enough to transport a person through 2 miles of ice.
Yeah.
Never mind a tank capable of containing a 33-foot-long aquatic creature. Moreover, the extreme pressures would have made many parts of this implausible. Example 1 of that. The first casualty could not have been affected by the toxin, as the only way to survive at such pressures in water would be to be within a pressurized vessel or a suit. Thus, there would be no contact with any toxins in the water. Example 2 of this. The second casualty was tricked by an image of a human diver in a scuba gear suit. However, a human would have been killed and had he been in scuba gear, meaning it should have been somewhat suspicious of an unprotected human in such a pressurized environment. Another inconsistency, my dyslexia is coming in hot today, involves the fact that ice directly above the water in the lake is actually formed from lake water itself. This is why the drilling team realized that there was an underground lake in the first place. This means that there is no space between the water and ice, and thus no ice shelf to set camp upon. However, it is certainly possible that the team was doing more than drilling core samples.
Oh,
Another
jeez.
point to note is that Dr. Padalka has so far proven impossible to locate, although this may be due to his being in hiding, and the account is known from only a handful of vague sources.
Oh,
So
jeez.
I'm going to say it's a full-on hoax, probably.
I'm gonna call it a hoax as well, but still, the ocean be scary, and there's a crap ton of stuff that's in there that is
But it's also, like, from a lake, though. That's why I'm just like, I think somebody just saw the thing and got excited.
probably.
Yeah, so that's organism 46B
They probably just saw like a massive octopus.
in a lake.
I don't know. I don't know.
I would love to hear your theories on it, guys.
Yeah, please
So-
let us know.
Please let us know.
Oh, Jesus.
So that's that, boy.
That's be scary. Let's turn the mic over to me, because it's my turn. Oh, God. I'm going to have to sit up.
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm going to talk about Alcatraz, because Alcatraz is fun. So, Alcatraz is not fun, actually.
Jesus.
Alcatraz had actually been a site of a fort since about the 1850s. The main prison building was built in about 1910 to 1912 as a United States Army military prison. The United States Department of Justice acquired the U.S. Disciplinary Barracks Pacific Branch on Alcatraz on October 12th of 1933, and the island became a prison of the Federal Bureau of Prisons in August of 1934. And after the buildings were modernized and security increased. Given this high security and the island's location in the cold waters and strong currents of San Francisco Bay, prison operators believed Alcatraz to be escape-proof and America's strongest prison. So Alcatraz was used to hold prisoners who continually caused trouble at other federal prisons. One of the world's most notorious and best-known prisons over the years, it housed some 1,576 federal inmates, including some of America's most ruthless, such as Al Capone, Robert Franklin Stroud, George Machine Gun Kelly, Bumpy Johnson, Raphael Cancel Miranda, Mickey Cohen, Arthur R. Doc Barker, Whitey Bulger, and Alvin Creepy Capri, who served more time at Alcatraz than any other inmate. The Bureau of Prisons staff and their families also lived on the island as well. 36 prisoners made 14 escape attempts during the prison's 29-year history. Most notable were the violent attempt of May of 1946 called the Battle of Alcatraz, and the possibly successful June 1962 attempt by Frank Morris, John Anglin, and Clarence Anglin, which was marked by careful planning and execution. Faced with high maintenance costs, the poor reputation, Alcatraz closed on March 21st of 1963. Going back to the possibly successful June 1962 attempt, these guys literally made their own heads out of like paper mache with hair.
Oh, yeah.
And drew faces on it and then like stuffed it in their beds and
I've heard of
pillows.
that, yeah.
And they were able to like crawl through a ventilation system within their cells.
I love that.
And then decided to just make the swim. So
We stand.
it's intense. Obviously, prison life there was not the best. An inmate register reveals that there were, again, 1,576 prisoners in total held at Alcatraz during its time as a federal penitentiary. Although figures reported have varied and some have stated 1,557, the prison cells purposely designed so that none adjoined an outside wall, typically measured 9 feet by 5 feet and 7 feet. The cells were primitive with a bed, a desk, a wash bin, and a toilet on the back wall, and a few furnishings except a blanket. Why wouldn't they give a blanket, though? Everything but a blanket. Because they don't want people to hang themselves, maybe?
Be cold, bitch.
Yeah. An air vent measuring 6 inches by 9 inches, covered by a metal grill, lay at the back of the cells, which led into the utility quarters. Prisoners had no privacy in going to the toilet, and the toilets would emit a strong stench because they were flushed with salt water. Hot water faucets were not installed until the early 1960s, shortly before its closure. The Legends of Alcatraz, I'm just getting this from Wikipedia, folks, so... prisoners, rangers, and visitors have reported a wide range of alleged ghostly activity in Alcatraz, from whispering in cells and locked cell doors shutting, to phantom figures on corridors, cold spots, and even the sound of musical instruments and sewing machines. Officials for Alcatraz have dismissed the reports of ghosts at Alcatraz as nonsense and deny their existence, because obviously they don't want people being like... Let's go visit. Too late. Let's see. The Los Angeles Times described Alcatraz as the most notorious federal penitentiary this country has ever known. Its history runs far and deep, as do the stories and rumors and legends, and cited it as one of 5 major haunted spots in California. Paranormal investigators consider the prison to be one of the most haunted places in the world. According to popular writers, long before the prison opened in Alcatraz, early explorers to the island believed it to be haunted, and it developed a reputation as a quote-unquote bad place. Western explorers visited the island, felt it had a disturbing atmosphere, and spoke of the moonlight paths during the night. Bones and artifacts unearthed by archaeologists on the island have indicated that it might have served as a burial ground for Native American outcasts, and we all know what happens when you build on Native American burial grounds. Curses. All the curses. There obviously have been claims by prisoners and guards. According to writers such as E. Floyd, almost every guard and official who served there until it was shut down by Attorney General Robert Kennedy in the early 1960s experienced something out of the ordinary, and said that park rangers occasionally still reveal shocking supernatural secrets. During its time as a penitentiary, both inmates and guards reported a wide range of purported ghostly activity in the prison. It is reputably haunted by the ghosts of Native American prisoners and officials who perished on the island during the American Civil War and at the military prison. Prisoners, many of whom were declared insane after serving time at Alcatraz, reported peculiar whispering sounds in the middle of the night, floating blue lights and figures, moaning, and the clanking of chains in cells which were known to be unoccupied. One inmate in D Block was reported to have seen glowing red eyes in the dark and screamed for hours. He was found dead the following morning with a purple face, bulging eyes, and unidentified strangle marks around his throat.
Okay.
That's fucking terrifying. Because I remember when I was younger, I saw something with like red eyes peering in my window.
Ew.
Yeah, it was awful. I was like downstairs of my house in Connecticut, and I looked down the hall.
Okay, the Connecticut. I'm not surprised.
It's the Connecticut house. Yeah. So look down the hall, and like there was a window that was in the office, and at like right at the bottom of the window, I saw like 2 red eyes, and I'm like, "Fuck that, nope!" And I just turned around and went the other way.
Yeah, no thanks.
Fuck that shit.
It could have been like an animal, but I don't think an animal would be up by the window peering.
Glowing
like
red eyes.
It could have been like the reflection of a light source if it was an animal.
No. I know what I fucking saw,
what if it was
man.
just someone with like 2 cameras?
I would.
That's even scarier.
That's even scarier. That's the worst. And they probably have video of me going, "What the fuck?" And just
I always tell people on my tour, like, anytime I go in another location, I round the corner with the flashlight first. Like, I never just walk anywhere willing, like, in the dark. And they're just like, "Oh, are you scared of the ghosts?" And I'm like, "Yes, but the living are also scarier than the dead."
Yo. So, moving on.
I hate that.
The red eyes in general freak me the fuck out, so... Guards initially laughed at the claims of ghosts by inmates, but as time progressed, some were reported to have experienced unusual activity themselves, including feeling cold spots, unseen fingers on the back of their neck, and crying at night.
Me too.
Oh my gosh, did I tell you how I was laying in bed a couple of weeks ago and I felt a poke in the middle of my back?
You told me that.
Yes, that's right. I remember. Yeah. That's like one of the days that you came over to hang out. I was like, "Girl, something poked me in the back." The first warden of Alcatraz, James A. Johnston, was reputed to have heard women sobbing while conducting a tour of the prison. Occupants of the prison reported seeing prisoners from the early military prison in the 19th century garb walking the corridors in A Block, which would disappear when approached by guards. And one member of staff reportedly saw a gang of Native American prisoners marching around in a circle before vanishing. Phantom gunfire, cannon blasts, and fire alarms going off in their own accord have all been reported. The warden's house, now a burnt-out shell since the occupation of Alcatraz, reported to be haunted. During the time of the penitentiary, civil guards reported seeing the specter of a man with mutton chop sideburns during a party wearing a gray suit and brimmed cap, leaving the room icy cold and extinguishing the fire in the Ben Franklin stove. A phantom lighthouse has also been said to have emerged from the fog of San Francisco Bay. Former inmate Leon Whitey Thompson, who worked as a guide at Alcatraz for many years and later visited it regularly before his death in 2005, believed that Alcatraz Island is haunted and has stated that he could feel it while he was incarcerated there. He later believed the prison to be damned.
That could be phone, though.
That could be the phone. He later believed the prison to be damned and often had the sense of being watched by spirits. During his time in the prison, Thompson was friendly with an inmate named Johnny Haas, a big Texan. He last saw him on the 25th of October 1962 when he left Alcatraz and knew he'd never see Haas again. One day in the 1980s, when Thompson was alone in the cell house waiting for visitors to arrive for a tour, he claimed to have seen a large, dark figure at the end of Michigan Avenue corridor. He saw the apparition walk around the corner and out of sight. Thompson rushed to the end of the corridor, but nobody was there. He believed the ghost to be that of Haas, by the way he walked and the feeling which the figure gave off. Afterwards, Thompson said, "I don't care what anybody says, that was Johnny Haas." So there are also claims by visitors and rangers. Since its closure, reports of unexplained clanging sounds, screams, and crying have often been reported in the prison blocks. Unexplained footsteps and moaning have been reported in both A and B blocks. C block is reputedly haunted by the spirit of former inmate Abby Maldowitz, nicknamed the Butcher, who was murdered in the laundry room. On September 5th, 1984, a ranger spent the night alone on the island and was awakened by a heavy door swinging in C block and found no cause for it. The door swinging continued on other nights. D block is also considered by paranormal investigators to have the most activity in the prison. 4 of the 42 cells in the blocks are thought to be haunted, and unexplained voices have been reported in cells 11, 12, and 13. Cell 14D, the worst cell for punishment in the whole and of Alcatraz, is considered to be the most haunted cell in the prison. Many people have reported that cell 14D is permanently icy cold even during the summer, and is often 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit colder than anywhere else. Banjo sounds have also been reported to emit from the shower room.
That's scarier than anything you've ever said.
Just imagine, being in the shower and then...
You'd be like, goodbye.
Deuces! It's gonna be the quickest shower I've ever taken in my life. I just GTFO out of there. Banjo sounds have been reported to emit from the shower room where Capone used to practice. A park ranger also reportedly heard Capone twanging his banjo in the shower. Why would you play your banjo in the shower?
Because he's feeling it.
And why would he have a banjo? Oh, wait, it was Al Capone. Of course, he was given everything. JK, never mind. Ranger Lori Bronson has said that many visitors have reported feeling a cold chill when walking through the shower room. And one visitor reported feeling fingers. Fingers? Why are you going up when I say fingers? Fingers? No? Okay. We have the EMF reader going right now, and it's kind of doing things, but it might be just because of the phones. Who knows? I was talking about fingers, and I lost my place. One visitor reported feeling fingers on the back of his neck, but turned around and nobody was there. Bronson herself has reported unexplained sounds, such as cell doors moving in the night and when the vices were locked tight and only she had the keys. Other rangers have also reported doors opening on their own accord, whispering sounds in cells, and the sounds of a harmonica. Ghostly voices from the hospital wards have also been reported. George Machine Gun Kelly has reportedly been sighted in the prison's church, and Alvin Creepy Capri is said to haunt the prison bakery and kitchen. One visitor and his wife have claimed to have heard canaries singing in what was the cell of Robert Stroud, the Birdman of Alcatraz, and to have seen him in the bed reading a book, yet Stroud was never permitted to keep birds in his cell as he'd done at former prisons. There's a whole lot more stuff into Alcatraz. So if you guys ever want, obviously Wikipedia has a lot of information about it. But yeah, that's basically some of the hauntings that are at Alcatraz. And I want to go because it would be fun. Mm-hmm. You're like, uh-huh.
No, thanks. I went when I was a baby, apparently. My parents put me in one of the cells and just, like, walked away for a little bit.
What the hell? What the hell is wrong with your parents?
They're chilling. No, I have to find the picture. They're fine. Like, they just put me in there and, like, took the picture.
Okay, they didn't just, like, leave you in there.
No. Do I have a spirit around me? Did you follow me?
Hey, if there's a spirit around here, go ahead and make the thing beep again. Can you do that? Can you put your hand near the sensor and...
It just went no.
No.
We're ghost hunting as we're recording the podcast.
Yeah, I have my EMF reader out. I need to get the one that has the actual lights on it, though. Because this one just shows the numbers and they go up and down, as well as the temperature reader. Anyway, yeah, that's our little blurb for today. Hooray. I feel like we're just like, bleh.
It's as much of a train wreck as we are right now.
This entire episode feels like
if you made it all the way to the end, thank you.
Yes, thank you for suffering through this train wreck with us. We really do appreciate it. All right, well, let's just go ahead and cut this short. You can obviously find us on all social media accounts, Cheers from the Grave on Facebook and Instagram, Cheers from Grave at Twitter. You can find all of our links to everything, merchandise, Patreon, everything at our link tree, which is linktr.ee/CFTG. All of that can be found in our show notes. As Nicole, you're about to fall off the bed.
I hope so.
Please don't fall off the bed.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, my back is not capable of helping you up at the moment.
Don't ever help me.
just leave you where you lay.
Because you're gonna end up hurting yourself more than I was gonna hurt myself.
Yeah, true. Oh man. All right.
I'm like a toddler. Just let me learn.
All right. Well, I'm Erica.
And I have been Nicole.
And you're listening to Cheers from the Grave.
I'm sorry you made it through all this.
You guys are awesome and we love you. Bye.
Well,